Well, greetings, Kathleen Caldwell, founder of C-Suite Networks, Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. Hey, we're day 8. Oh my goodness, where has our boot camp gone? It's amazing. We have covered so much information, so many great strategies, great, exciting, and motivating things that you can do to get back to school, get back to your business boot camp, and start getting the results that you're looking for in your coaching, consulting, trusted advisor, and thought leader business. So just wanted to welcome you. I'm Kathleen Caldwell. So delightful to be here. I'm the founder of the Women's Success Accelerator and the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council with C-Suite Network. It's a mouthful, but boy, we have so much fun, and we are all moving our businesses and our lives forward in a very powerful way in a success sisterhood. Come join us. We'd love to have you be part of our council. And, the whole thought about doing this back to school biz boot camp is, the kids are back in school. And when was the last time that we really went back and looked at the foundation of our business, looked at the important things that are really going to move us forward? So many times we're in the hamster wheel of business, going. And I'm so thrilled because this boot camp has given us an opportunity to take a breather, settle back, sit in the luxury of looking at our business from a variety of ways, learning new things, but most importantly, taking action. And so just a quick recap, day 1 and 2 was really all about your big why. What is your why for your business? And, to have a big why, to be bold, indulgent, and also generous. What it is that you'd really like to create with your business. And, of course, your why for doing it. And day 2 was all about creating a big why and a vision for your clients, for the communities that you're going to create and challenge and transform. So it's a big why for you, and it's also a big why for what you're going to create. And of course, always having a big vision for your clients and their success. Day 3 was very powerful. We talked about triplex listening with your ears, your brain, but also with your heart. And to listen to our clients in a way, we had some very powerful frameworks that you can use and roadmaps on how you can listen in a way that you're hearing really what they're not saying. So it's powerful listening, but it's also powerful hearing. Okay, really great program. Take a look. That was day 3. And by the way, all of these programs on our YouTube channel. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get notices of new programs and new events. Well, day 4, just wanted to give you a quick recap on that. We were talking about how to monetize your visionary thought leadership. And I'm so grateful to be an author, speaker, and to be able to lead team building, strategic planning, and, gathering programs for my clients. And so teaching other women how to be corporate coaches is something that I'm extremely passionate about. But I also maintain, because we believe in the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council, it's critical to diversify your income. So no matter what happens in the economy, you've got different levers in your business. You've got different areas that you can lean into, and that you're not, as our friend Jeffrey Hazlett always says, not to be a one-trick pony. So really important for you to do that. And we teach you and help you learn how to do all those things. Day 5 was all about, hey, coach, consultant swagger. Do you have it? How do you get it? And we're so thrilled. We did the world's first coach consultant swagger survey. And the top definition for swagger is, of course, confidence. So we took our day and our session and we talked about, how do you get more confidence? What are the things that take away from confidence, and how can you have more confidence, more presence, more gravitas, more ability to transform not only ourselves, but the lives of our clients. And day 6, we talked about increasing sales with attraction marketing. It's all about the benefits, ladies, how to attract to you your ideal clients. And so we went through a whole framework on how to utilize attraction marketing and how to really get out there in the world. Okay, finally, day 7 today. My gosh, this is 7 of 12. Next week's programs are going to be very, very powerful. Several of our esteemed faculty members are going to be speaking too. And so you just want to make sure that you're here and subscribe to our YouTube channel to be able to get the downloads afterwards. But, be live for the video, because then we can interact and do some Q&A. So today's topic is so important because it's all about savvy sales skills and talking about how to give yourself a raise. And by the way, this has been a kind of a whirlwind. This was yesterday's program. Seems like today. Little joke here. This could be an outtake. Haha. Woo. Yesterday's program, savvy sales. Okay, we discussed something very controversial, and the coaching organizations are not going to like us for doing this, but we recommend stop calling yourself a coach. Okay. Get yourself out of the box. The box gets taped up. You get inside if you call yourself a coach. And so, yes, you can call yourself a coach, but don't limit it to just being a coach. Think about the opportunities for you to be a business strategist, a consultant, a trusted advisor, a specialist, an expert, a guide, a mentor. These are all terms that you can use. And of course, as you see from the slide, put in your area of expertise that you could be a productivity partner, a sales accelerator partner. Just think about the value that you're providing, the outcomes, the benefits, and insert that into some new titles. Yes, we're a coach. We know that. We love being coaches. And what I'm suggesting is break out of the box, expand into new opportunities, and redefine yourself. That's really the power of our bootcamp, is redefining ourselves. And yesterday we talked about this beautiful, beautiful thing, which is redefining sales. Sales is, of course, service. That's how we believe it. And that's what I believe is. It's not cajoling. It's not strong arming. It's not convincing. It's none of those things. It's service, being in service to the other person. And of course, understanding what are the problems that you solve? What are the challenges that our clients have? And you guide them, you mentor them, you are a trusted partner with them to help solve those problems. And of course, dealing with the feelings and the emotions that they're wrestling with and they're dealing with. What's their reality? And then, of course, step number 3 is really getting clear about the solutions and the outcomes that they want to experience. So we're their guide, we're their mentor, we're their trusted sage on the side to be able to be their partner in all of this. And then, of course, yesterday we talked about the problem solution model, which is identifying in savvy sales conversations, what's the problem they're struggling with? What is then the solution? So co-accelerating with them a solution that is very, very powerful and getting agreement on the next steps. Now, the challenge is that opens up a new problem, looking for a new solution. Say, for instance, the example we used yesterday is you co-accelerate with your clients. Perhaps they're a corporate client and they want to get a raise. They want to move into higher levels of leadership. Well, the challenge is you partner with them to get to that next stage, that next phase in their careers. It also opens up new problems. So the first problem, so to speak, was get the promotion. That's the solution to what they want to create. The next problem could be, I need to learn how to navigate the politics. I need to develop new allies and advocates at this new level. I need to find ways to co-accelerate with people at this level. And so it opens up a new set of problems and opportunities and challenges. So then it gives you an opportunity as their coach. Yes, I'm using the word coach, okay, to be able to solve new problems, okay? If our clients don't have problems, we don't have clients, okay? And, this is another word for opportunities, issues, expansion, growth, all of these things, okay? Because we as coaches believe we're working with clients that are looking for new growth. They're looking for opportunities. They're looking for things. They want things that they have not been able to achieve, or experience on their own. And you're the perfect person to help them do that. Okay. So yesterday, savvy sales, just rinse and repeat that problem solution model. It's a very powerful solution. Just even that try it out. Try it out with your clients, and it will definitely help you with retaining your current clients and finding new clients and engaging in enrolling conversations, which is the theme for today. So check all of our programs out on our YouTube channel. Just type in Women's Coach C-Suite Network, Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. You'll find all of our videos. Okay. Day 8, here we are. Whoa, sign up more clients and master the enrollment conversation. So critical, okay? So critical. And so this in itself is an art and a science. And this in itself is a whole body of work on how to master that very powerful enrollment conversation. And as you all know, as seasoned coaches, consultants, trusted advisors, and thought leaders, that the enrollment conversation starts the moment that your prospective clients find you, meet you, learn about you, and become part of your orbit. You become part of their orbit. And so the enrollment conversation starts immediately. So questions to think about is things like, how are you showing up online? What are you doing for your professional presence? And we're going to have a program specifically about that in the future. But, how are you showing up? What's the value you're providing? Are your articles, are your blogs, your webinars, your podcast interviews, is everything consistent with your professional presence and image? So some things to think about, okay? And I love using the GROW model. The GROW model I find fascinating. It's easy. It's something that I can always think about when I'm having enrollment conversations. Now, enrollment conversations are, conversations that can be about enrolling new clients into your program, into your group, into your mastermind, your council, your VIP coaching, or to whatever you're up to. But enrollment conversations can also be enrolling clients into doing something that perhaps they're not sure they can do. So the GROW model is very, very, very powerful. And it's important to really get practiced and coached up on this model. So I've got a lot of text on this screen, but I just want to share with you, the GROW model is elegant, very simple. It's really connecting with your client to discuss and engage with them in a conversation about what are their goals, what's the reality of what they're dealing with, and then, of course, options and wrap up. So GROW. So I'm just going to go through the GROW model very, very quickly here. And, so important to really think about. We're having problems with our slides here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. GROW. Okay. So starting with, and of course, as you have a GROW conversation and you're mastering the art and the science of enrollment, it's really, really, really important to get yourself in a place and a space where you're calm, you're confident, you're relaxed. Take a few minutes before having this important enrollment conversation to really muster up your coaching presence and get into your heart. Get out of your head and get into your heart and really feel the compassion, the commitment, the purpose you have for truly connecting and co-accelerating with that other person on the other end of the Zoom call, the phone call, the meeting, whatever it is, wherever you're connecting with this person. It's important to really get into a space of an open space that's really, really clean, clear, open, caring, with positive regard for the other person. Because think about it, this is an opportunity for them to be vulnerable. And so many times these GROW conversations, I believe, are sacred. They're absolutely sacred. And so coming into a GROW conversation, coming into an enrollment conversation takes preparation, okay? Please don't wing it. Please don't. Get yourself prepared. Your clients deserve it. Your potential clients deserve it. And most importantly, you deserve it. So getting yourself in a presence, a calm, confident space, remembering the times when you have really connected with another person, getting yourself conjure up those feelings, and that'll take the jitters away, that'll take the nervousness away, and it'll put you in a really, really nice, yummy space. Okay. Prepared to get over there with them. I highly recommend having a little script or some questions ready, practiced, of course. You're practicing this all the time. And I recommend take each parts of the Grow conversation, the important parts, the goals, the reality, the options, and what's next. Practice each of those separately. And, just try that on with your current clients. So keep practicing. It's an art and a science. So with the Grow conversation, we want to find out, and I like to even start with a question just to get things going, to kind of warm up the relationship, because people are a little awkward to begin with, often. So taking a deep breath and then asking the other person a gentle, loving, nice, considerate question. What had you scheduled a time with me? What were you hoping that we could have a conversation about? And just kind of get things warmed up. Okay. Because if you start with, okay, Susan, John, whatever, what are your goals? Okay. That's a kind of a tough way to start. So warm up the conversation with beautiful open-ended questions about, just curious, what had you schedule the phone call with me? And they will tell you, hey, I'm dealing with this. Hey, I'd like to have more of this. And that will then give you the roadmap to talk about the person's goals or move into the reality of what they're dealing with. Because as we know, people are generally moving from two places. They want to move away from pain, or they want to move to pleasure. So through that beautiful open-ended question, you're going to get a great idea as to where are they at. Do they want to move away from something that's painful to them, and they want to talk about their current reality, or are they thinking about some aspirational goals? So start wherever they are. Meet your clients wherever they're at, and enter into a relationship with them in the conversation they're already having. Okay. So say, for instance, they're talking about goals. Hey, I'd really like to do some things with my business, and I'm just feeling a little stuck. Okay, great. So asking open-ended questions like, well, what is it that what do you want? What's your goal and your vision? What kind of business would you like? So moving them into an aspirational state, visioning with them, partnering with them on what's possible. Okay. We're talking about goals in the Grow model. And then asking them a beautiful why question. Why is it that you want that? Why is it important to you? And what's in the way of you having it? Wow, you're going to get powerful, powerful information. And then a beautiful question is, how would it feel to have your why? How would it feel to have that beautiful freedom business? How would it feel to be able to help moms or help women in corporate or men in corporate? Do a little visioning with them on this. So the goals section is very powerful. The other way you can start is to really talk about the reality. Okay. Help me to understand. Now, again, this part, you just want to have just a couple minutes of this, because oftentimes clients will want to tell you everything and their history of everything. And, the purpose of the Grow model, and what I'd like for you to really hear this, it's not a coaching session. The Grow model in the enrollment conversation is not a coaching session. Okay. Because if you have a coaching session, that's a coaching session. This is a conversation to build a mini plan, a conversation about developing co-accelerating couples key strategies. So we want to kind of get a taste of what's their reality now, what's currently stopping them. Tell me more about that. What are the things that they're challenged with? But again, in your mind and in your vision, have a clock handy. We don't want to rush them, of course, but we want to kind of keep it to a couple minutes, okay? Because generally, I think Grow conversations can be achieved in, say, 30 to 45 minutes, okay? There is a methodology of really long Grow conversations of an hour or so. You can do that, but I highly even recommend even considering a two-part grow model. Okay. And these are things that are not taught in coaching school. Okay. So this is mastery here. Two-part grow, where we really have the conversation, we put together the mini plan, and then we, as I'll show you in a moment, we have the client really start to envision what they would like to do with this plan. That can be part two of the grow model. Okay. So reality, tell me more about it. What, what have they been challenged with? And we also want to get to the impact of what's happening for them. Questions like, how has this situation, how is this worry, how is this concerned, whatever they're bringing up, how has it impacted you, your family, your finances, your confidence level? Use the words that they use. And again, this is not manipulation. This is listening, triplex listening, listening with our head, our ears, and our heart. Okay. Have a conversation and really get like the impact to their family, their relationships, discuss the impact of the reality. Okay. But we're not going to leave our wonderful people at this, because we're going to then talk about options. Okay. This is what they're dealing with. They would not have scheduled a call with you if part of them did not want to move forward. I believe that to be true. Okay. And again, we're never trying to fix people. We're never working with broken people, so to speak. This is coaching, consulting, trusted advisor services. We don't get into the realm of therapy, which, as you all know, therapy is generally about the past, about wounds and healing that people can do generally from their past. Coaches, as you know, we are focused on the future. We're focused on actions for the future. That's why I would also like to say, have a trusted advisor as a licensed clinical social worker or as a trained psychological professional at your ready. Have referral relationships with people in your community that you trust, perhaps even a therapist that you're going to, because we believe in therapy. Okay. Have that relationship so you can always refer your potential clients or current clients to a trusted therapeutic professional advisor. Okay. Always have that. So options, the next step. So we're talking about goals. We're talking about reality. We're talking about options. Options then could be, now we're not selling our program just yet. This is the time where we're talking about options. Would you like me to lay out a mini plan for you right now? Okay, so let's move into, maybe a quick little recap. Here's what I heard you say. Here's your goals. Here's what you're dealing with. Would you like for me to lay out just a little quick mini plan with a couple steps? Invariably, they're going to say yes, because that's what you promised. Okay. And then something like the script of, based on what you shared, I believe that this is an excellent course of action, and you could be experiencing solutions to this within, say 6 months, a year, or something like that. So laying out a plan could be something like, well, you've told me that you want to, get into corporate coaching. Okay. So a mini plan could be, contacting the people you already know in corporate, getting really clear about your offer, and starting to have conversations with people in corporate about what they're dealing with, what are the opportunities, making those relationships happen. Okay. Get the appointments and start to move in that direction. That could be a little mini plan. And then you get agreement with them on that mini plan. Invariably, this mini plan, they can do on their own, most certainly. And, what you can then do, this is a beautiful transition to asking then, well, may I also, here's some options for you, and kind of wrapping up, of course, you can do this on your own. And this mini plan will help you get there. However, I also have some options that I'd love to share with you, because I have some programs and I have some options and opportunities. I'd love to share those with you. Is that okay? And invariably, they will always say yes. So offering your solution. Now, we don't offer the solution earlier in, and we're not really seeding, throughout this, because we're focused on that client and what they're saying around their goals, their reality, and some options. But what's next? Wrapping up with, offering a solution. And generally, I recommend having 2 solutions, not more than 3. Okay. And solutions could be, oftentimes, I work with my clients in a VIP one-on-one arrangement, Or number two, I have a group program that you might be very interested in, or that you would be certainly qualified to participate in. And so, at every stage, how does that sound to you? What do you like about that? What are your thoughts about that? Have you tried programs like this before? So we're talking about, getting the understanding of where are they at and what's next. Okay. And then a very powerful question then is, at the very end, what are your thoughts? How would you like to move forward? And then a very powerful question on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 is the least, 10 is the most. How committed are you to getting into a corporate coaching kind of situation, or moving to lead groups, or whatever it is that they said they really wanted? How committed are you to achieving that? And they will tell you, and generally I like to say, if they're a 7 or below, they're not really all that interested in doing it. There's no urgency. They may want to do it and it may be interesting for them, but really the most qualified candidates for us are people that are a 7 and above. They have urgency. They have interest. They have commitment. They're ready to work with you. So getting that idea, of where are they? And then a follow-up question that's very powerful is, what would a 10 look like for you if you were a 10 in your whatever business or your something dreams, whatever it is? If you were a 10, what would that look like? Wow. And then listening, just listening. And of course, another follow-up question, these are beautiful open-ended questions, is what will it take for you to be a 10? Okay. Or an 11. All right. So then it's a beautiful opportunity for you to then talk more about the next steps. And, the enrollment conversation is having the person feel comfortable with you at every stage, uncovering the concerns, the objections that they have that they're not really even talking about. And, as always, oftentimes their top concerns are they don't have enough time and they don't have the money. Okay. So curious questions would be, well, how do you think you could create more time? Because if their why for what they want to do, they want to build this business, they want to build this group, they want to build this mastermind council, whatever it is, they want this why. When the why is strong enough, the how will follow. So asking questions, developing their level of commitment. What would it take for them to be a 10? And what do they need to do? So they really see that your program, your offer, your opportunities are the pathway to them realizing their goals. Okay. And, just creating the opportunity for a discussion around what's next for them. Okay. And so finishing the conversation, and generally, if a person says, well, I need to think about it, I highly recommend, understanding what they want to think about. Curious questions about something like, well, I'm just curious, what are the things that you want to think about? We're not like strong arming them. We're just curious, and it could even be, if I could ask, may I ask, what are the concerns that you have? What are the things that you want to think about? Now, the discussion of overcoming objections is a whole other masterclass that we're going to be releasing here as well. But this is mastering the art of enrollment, the big picture of how to get engaged, co-accelerate another person's dreams, and build the relationship. Okay. So the perfect thing is to agree to go forward, to uncover objections and handle those objections with the other person. And, or if a person then just says, I'm really a 5, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me, to, be on this strategy session, this discovery call, this breakthrough call, whatever you're calling your call, you can then thank them. And then just keep, a quick question about, well, so hope you got value from this. What were kind of some takeaways that you got from our call? Just kind of curious. Find out what the takeaways are and get an agreement about the next steps. Okay. Get an agreement. And of course, always get an agreement of, well, I'd love to keep in touch with you. Does that work for you? Just want to check in with you. I have newsletters. I've got so many resources. Love to remain in community with you. Okay. Really key, because the goodwill you have transferred to this other person is evergreen. They're going to leave with such a good feeling that you are in service to them. Okay. They will remember this. And I cannot tell you how many times I have been in community, in conversation, in relationship with people, my goodness, for 15, 20 years. I have people in my community that I have been nurturing and loving and caring for 22 years. And there are times then where they say, okay, I'm ready. Okay. So continue with a nurture campaign, nurture the relationship, provide content of value, keep in communication with these wonderful people, because they could be ready at any time, or sometimes they take a little longer to nurture. Okay. So just curious, as we complete our wonderful back to school biz boot camp, what was your biggest takeaway? What was your biggest takeaway? We just covered so much beautiful content, but just curious, what's your biggest takeaway? And most importantly, what's your one next step? Okay. Take the next step, whatever it is, a small step. Okay. And of course, you can always continue. We've got several days left. Next Tuesday, the 27th of September through Friday, we're going to include and involve our esteemed faculty members of our council. So we've got great topics next week. Would love to have you join us next week. 27 minutes a day, very powerful. And of course, the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council, we want you. We want to promote you, showcase, highlight you, give you a platform. And that's what we do with our esteemed faculty members. Schedule your one-on-one with me. Go to Calendly, put in Kathleen Caldwell, all one word. You'll find me. Go to LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn big time. And of course, Facebook. And schedule a call with me. We can have a conversation about your business, your future, your options and opportunities. So with that, thanks so much. So glad you took the time to watch this video, be part of our Back to School Biz Bootcamp. Lots of love to you. It's your time. It's your time. Now's the time. Let's get back to school and let's get going to the next grade. Okay. Bye for now. Take care. Back to School Bootcamp. Bye-bye.